So we're gonna start with the app. So the first thing is that I will open my iPad. So I will start with the Procreate app. So those who want to work on Procreate, they should have an iPad. Now I will tap here. Okay, something is already here on my Procreate. So when you wanna open Procreate, this it will open like this. Let me just do it again. So this gallery will open where your previous works are gonna display over here. On the top, you will see these three options: select, import, photo, and there's a plus sign. So before I move further, I will start with telling you about the um, yeah, how you have to work on a canvas. So this is the plus sign that you have to just click on, and you will get to have these different number of options about regarding the screen size, like the canvas size. So new canvas, you can also add canvas of your own size, like own choice, for by clicking plus here. Okay, this is a plus menu. Other than that, you have been given a lot of options, like there is an untitled canvas which is 3000 into 3000 pixel, and then we have a square which is in the profile sRGB 2048 into 2048 pixel. Similarly, you have other options like A4, 4K, 4 into 6 inches, and paper, comic, face paint, all of that. And there are so many untitled canvases. Let me just click on this plus menu. Okay. Now this will open. This particular interface will open. You have a different things over here like dimensions, color profile, time lapse setting, canvas properties. So dimension means that what is the size of your canvas that you want to choose. Then you can choose among these size like measurements: pixel, inches, centimeters, millimeters. So what if I say that I want to choose in pixel, and typically I can like choose in 3000 into 3000 pixel. The more bigger the size of your canvas is, the better will be the results, because the pixel it will not be pixelated if you want to increase the size. Okay, so if you are already working on a larger canvas, it is easier for you to work on. Now here you have width and height, and there's a DPI, um, and then there's a maximum number of layers you can work on. The concept of the layers I will discuss later on. The DPI is 300, which is actually the pixel. Okay, about the pixel. The more the DPI, the higher the quality uh, of your work. So 300 is supposed to be a very good DPI. Now you can choose among the color profile. There's an RGB and there is a CMYK. So in RGB, people are working on RGB if they want to display their work on digital platforms. CMYK is for those is used when you have to work like get your work printed. So you can work either on RGB or in CMYK. I work on RGB because then the colors are more bright. Then there's a time lapse setting, and there's a canvas properties. So these are like the options that you can be using once you are acquainted with the interface. Now I am going to choose 3000 pixel. uh, Height, I want it to be 4000 pixels. So there are 83 maximum number of layers I can work on. Now I will tap on create. This is what I will get, or I can like move the canvas as I want. If I want to work like this, I can do that as well. Okay. Now, there are a few things that are very important to know while you are starting Procreate app. Now, number one, these are the options. Like these are the important options in the right and the left corners. So let's get started with this. This, when you click on this, you will have a color options. Like what are the colors you want to choose? There are cards, and then there are compact sizes, like smaller sizes. So you can like choose in whatever color you want. This is the palette I have chosen, and then they have value, like you can choose the contrasting colors, and then there's harmony here also. You can choose the contrast colors, like when it goes, you have these two colors in contrast, you have these two colors in contrast. Then there's a classic here, you can change the color like that. And there's a disc that moves here, and it is also does move here. You can like make it darker, light, or it can be changed this way. Okay, and this is the history that the color do you have used before. It is shown here. Now the next is very important, which is layers. So you have number one layer. So what is typically layer? For example, this is a was layer one in which you are working. Suppose I have a brush. Okay, I'm so you are like writing on this particular layer. So this is layer number one. Now you again chose a different color and you started to like paint it here. Now what will happen if you want to delete this particular this line which is in magenta color? You can either use an eraser, and sometimes what happens when you are erasing like that, you have erased this as well, right? So you don't want to get this affected. What will happen, what will you do is that you start to work on, I have just cleared it, so you start to work on different layer. For example, this is layer number one, and I want to work here, so I'm just writing something, for example, smile. Okay, now on layer number two, I want to draw some flowers in a different color. Let's choose yellow. I want to just make some flowers. Okay, and here on the next layer, I'm gonna choose a different flower. Now you, if you're not happy with blue flowers, what you have to do is just you go on this layer number three and delete. This is vanished. If you're not happy with this particular text, you can go and delete this. And if you're not happy with this as well, you can delete this as well. So when you are working on layers, it means that you have got the freedom to work individually. So these are actually the transparent sheets, like one on one. You're working on different sheets, and if you are not happy with any particular sheet on which you have drawn something, you can go directly on that layer, work on that, and just without disturbing other elements, right? So this is the concept of layers. And then we have eraser tool which can erase. Okay, so I'm not on this layer number two, So you have to be on that particular layer to work on that layer. So how you go, you just have to tap on that particular layer to work on that particular layer. So this is an eraser that erases. Okay, now what happens, and this is the smudge tool. Like if you have, just let me just show you. For example, I have this color blue, and then I have a color purple. Now the smudge tool will just smudge both the colors. See, will smudge the colors and make a um, like you cannot see a lining over there. It is properly smudged. So this is the smudge tool that you can use, right? Now, yes, one more thing is that you can also pinch the canvas if you want to work particularly here, or if you want to work particularly here. You can just keep pushing and pushing it and expanding and here and there, so that it's easier for you to work. um, okay, so that is about it. Now you go on this particular brush. So this is a big library that the Procreate already gives you. Like from here is sketching, yeah, from the sketching, and then inking, drawing. In every particular option you will get very lot of options. There are untitled brushes, there are peppermint, Derwent, Procreate pencil, technical. Let me just draw something for you so you can understand. So these are the pen you can use. This is Procreate pencil, and this is a technical pencil. See, there's a difference, you have to see. Now there's an HB pencil. So HB pencil looks something like that. It's Then there's a 6B pencil. Okay, it's thicker. 6B, it's more bold. Then it's a Narendra pencil. It's Narendra. Narendra is like this. We have like soft pastel. Like you just let's choose a color. This is a pastel color. Yeah, like the crayons. The crayons you use. This is how the crayons look, right? Wow. Now let's see some different colors like oil pastel. It will give you a feel of oil paint. So here is an option. Like here you can increase or decrease the size of the brush. So if you have decrease, it will be smaller. See, this has a texture of a paint. Okay, and if I increase, it is bigger. If I decrease, it's smaller. Okay, and this decides the opacity of the color. So if I decrease the opacity, you get to see that the colors are lighter in shade, lighter than before if you compare, right? So this is like opacity, it is for opacity. And then you have the inking, drawing, painting, artistic, calligraphy. Let's choose a brush pen. In the calligraphy, let's write brush pen. Brush pen. Okay, so you can just write using the brush. Now there are different options like spray paints. You can just spray here and there. Delete this. Yeah, and the fat nozzle, and there is medium nozzle, and then we have fine nozzle. Okay, splatter is like that. Let's increase the size. Splatter, colors are splattered here and there. And then freaks. These are the options basically, and if you just go into that, you will get to know a lot about it. You have to do this by yourself. And yeah, okay. Also, when you type, so this is about the this particular area. Now we'll go to this area, and you see this is this option. When you tap on this option, it selects everything that is on this layer. So see, you can just increase or decrease the size of the selected object. Okay, and it can be like free form. You can increase it like this or anywhere you want. And then there's a uniform, so it is uniformly increased from every angle. Then you can distort it. Distorting is like you can just change the shape. This is like distortion, creating some effects like 3D effect. Okay, and then there's a wrap where you can actually do things. These are all fun things to do, right? Now, yeah. So that is all about it. And then fit to canvas, it will fit on the canvas. And these are the other options, like it be flipped, vertical, flipped, horizontal. If you want to do advanced mesh, okay. You have a lot of other options to do. In rotating 45, 45, 45. So all these are options given here. Then you have something like S. Okay, if you click here, you have like these options. I will discuss about these options in the later in the next class when I'll draw something or work on some illustration. Then I will show you the real usage of this. It will be easy for you to understand. Then now you can see, you go on this wand, magic wand. So there are a lot of options like this hue, where you can just change the color here if you increase or decrease. And then the saturation, the brightness of the color, and then brightness is here as well. So you can, if you are working on particular color and you are not happy, you can change the color. So you have worked on a particular color combination, and you want to see that what are the other options, other color combinations that you can make your work on that. So it will look like that. So it's like brightness. Okay, so now the next option is a color balance, and there are gradient map, Gaussian blur. So these are the options also that I will talk about in the next, in other, like in upcoming projects videos, upcoming episodes. Now, then we have this range tool, where you will be given a lot of options like add, canvas, share, video, preferences, and help. So basically, we're going to use add, canvas, share. Adding means you can insert a file, you can insert a photo, you can insert, uh, you can take a picture as well. You can add text. So adding text will lead you to different options. You can choose from the text, and you can just write the text. Like let's insert a text. I will choose this, and you want to choose this font. So I have choose New Year Go, and you can change the size as well. The kerning is that if you increase the kerning, the spaces between the text, like the letters increases. And there is like tracking. What is tracking? Uh, it is the same, something like this. Some letter is like there being a gap. There's a leading. What is leading? So you have to like get acquainted with this. Then baseline, you can increase the text baseline, and then opacity. So this happens when you choose opacity. And there are attributes like this alignment of the paper. You can also use underline, and then this particular thing, and then these are the other options. I'll go with Okay, done, done. Cancel. So let me just there's a text already written. I will write something like peaceful. Okay, so let me just decrease the size. Then okay, now I can move it here. So you can see that this text is on a different layer, right? So if you tap, if you are on this particular layer and you tap here on this arrow, you can see that you can move this up and down, right? And you can also like make it bigger, smaller. You can rotate and do a lot of other stuffs. So that was about the text. And then you have these cut, copy canvas options, and then there's a canvas. So here there's animation assist, page assist, drawing assist. Drawing assist is what? It's like if you want to draw, if you just switch it on, you see that edit drawing guide. This will be covered in a graph. If you edit drawing guide, you can like work on the 2D, and there's a thickness. You can increase the grid size. Grid size can be increased. I just like to delete this particular layer. Okay, this is better. So yeah, where was I? Yeah, edit drawing guide. If you go in edit drawing guide, you can just increase or decrease the size of the blocks of this grid size. You can also change the opacity. It can be darker, it can be lighter, depends. And then there's a thickness. The thickness will increase. The thickness of the lines will get increased. Okay, so this is sorry, this is an option. And then you have like other options: isometric, perspective, and symmetry. When you click on isometric, you see that this is how the graph will look like. So this particularly is used for 3D drawing. And then there's a perspective, so you can actually click on anywhere on the, you know, on the canvas, and you want to work, and whatever you will write here, it will get replicated here. And then there's a symmetry tool has like these four. If you go on option button, there are four options. So it's a vertical, horizontal, quadrant, and radial. So vertical is something, for example, if I choose vertical, uh so if it's assisted, okay, it should be assisted. Now I choose my brush pen, and if I write something here, it will be written on the left as well. Okay, and now let's go to the drawing guide and choose the option symmetry and make it horizontal. So now it is in horizontal. So whatever you are writing here, it will be copied on the other way, so other half. Okay, like I'm writing here, whatever I write, it will be replicated on the top. Okay, now let's just again edit drawing guide, go to option, and if you choose quadrant, done. So in the quadrant, you can like, if whatever you will write in first quadrant, it will be get replicated on the second, third, and fourth. Everything is being replicated same way. See, and what if I go on the drawing guide, which is like an option in radial. Now I'm just gonna add a layer, and let's see what happens here. So if you have given these five options, so whatever, it should be assisted. Okay, assisted drawing assist. So whatever you write here, it will be replicated on the other spaces, right? This is how it works. This is beautiful and this is crazy. This is seriously very crazy, and I just love these like concepts of Procreate. I just love these features. See, you don't have to work on every single, spaces. It's just like for one time you do and it's all done. Now, uh, what are the other things which we can like? It's a reference option. So, for example, if you're writing, if you want to draw something and you want a reference picture, you can take an image or you can import it from your gallery. For example, if I want to draw something like this, so I have a reference image, and now I will start working uh, on this particular layer, watching this. So this is a reference image. So this is very, very cool feature which will allow you to have a reference of anything that you want to draw. This is also really cool. Now, yeah, other options. There are other more options like share. After you complete your work, you have an options to share the image. So you can share the image in Procreate. In these are the like PSD, PDF, JPEG, PNG, and TIFF. And other than, you can also share in the layers. Like if you are working on different layers, you want that particular work to be on particular layer, so you can also share in layers. It will be like separated, and in here like in it will be in a particular image. Okay, so if you will start to work on a particular project or illustration, we get to know a lot about it. Okay, yeah, and one more very cool thing is that, see, if you have written something, okay, and you want to delete this, you can go here on this option. Or if you have, like, you want to undo or you want to redo, I want to just redo that. So I wanted to bring it back, so it is here. Now I will just tap on two fingers, it will be gone. What I want to redo this, three fingers tap, it is back. So this is undo and this is redo. Okay, so this is a very cool feature. So if you're working, if you're acquainted with this, that's lovely. You can bring other. Okay, there's nothing that can be redo. You can have, there's no work actually left. So this is what is a lot I have covered in this video. And if you like my video, please subscribe my channel. I will assist you in Procreate, and I will try my best to make you learn more. We'll do a lot of illustrations, we'll do a lot of calligraphy and for text on the yeah, like in my classes. So yeah, thank you for watching.